Good morning now. How are you? Today our topic is financial accounting. In our financial accounting, anybody knows what is the meaning of accounting? Accounting is a unit of information that represents business records. Okay, now what is the accounting? Account is if you want to know any business transaction, do you record any independent transaction, that it will be called as account. Account, it must be two types, that likes two sides roughly. I telling you that is the account is debit side as well as credit side. This is the T table form of accounting. Okay now, that is double column account. Nowadays we are all preparing the double column accounting. Generally we will prepare account separately. It can be called as a person account, income account, expenses account, liabilities account, okay now, etc. There are five types of accounts, that is assets, liabilities, equity, revenue and expenses. Next, coming to the accounting. Already we have to know about account. Next, what is the accounting? Accounting is a concerned with the use of which the record or put their analysis and interpretation. A person, however, he maybe has a limited memory power. A businessman also cannot remember all the transactions of his business. Thus, it becomes necessary for him to maintain proper books of accounts to record all transactions. He cannot ascertain the net results of the financial position of the business without keeping the proper books of account. That's why end of the accounting period, every businessman wants to know whether it is a profit or loss, how much amount he owns the firm, how much amount of raised from the loans, how much assets are owned from the assets. Okay now, that's why we have to record the transactions in the accounting form. It is the process of recording business activities that make changes to account. Sales of productions, revenue from services earned, buying products and services and so on. Functions of accounts. Okay now, how many functions are there? Functions of account: systematically record the business transactions, protecting the property of business, communicating results of users, complaints with legal requirements. Okay now, what is the function? The progress of reputation of any business, big or small. It is a bulk upon the sound financial footing. There are a number of parties who are interested with the accounting information relating to the business concern, such as shareholders, investors, creditors, government agencies, employees, customers, etc. Financial accounting provides information relating to the results of the business operations. So, first of all, they have to know the financial position of the business. Who are the knows? Governmentors, shareholders, investors, government agencies, as well as employees. They have to know how much the firm has the get the profit or loss. So that's why the business transactions must be recorded. Record of financial information. Accounting is an art of the recording financial transaction of the business concern. This is the basic function of the accounting. Without these transactions, we cannot do anything in the firm. Owing to the limitation of human memory, It is not possible to remember all transactions in the business in the sequence of their dates. Accounting is a necessary to supplement human memory. Do you know? This is the supplement of human memory. Okay, now calculator is the supplement to the human memory, as well as the accounting transaction. We have record the transactions in the business. It is a very supplement to the, it is a very essential to the know how much transactions are done in the day by day in the organization. The next one is the protecting the property of business, and the next one is the communicating results to the users. Accounting is a language of communicating to the financial aspect about enterprise to those who have to interest. It must using the interpreting them. The probability of and financial position to the businessman concerned or communicating through profit and loss. The balance sheet. The parties who are interested to know the results of the business can make their own conclusion by going through the financial statements. Whichever we have to record the transaction, among the transaction we have to analyzing and interpreting and classifying these transaction. We have to very useful to know the financial position. Next one is the legal requirements. In case of registered firms, auditing is a compulsory. Auditing is not possible without accounting. Thus, accounting becomes compulsory to comply with the legal requirements. With the help of the accounting, various documents are prepared and filed with the department concerned from the income tax. Okay, now legal requirements, they have to give the actual position to the government. Every firm they have to know they have to doing the auditing. Okay, now compulsory they have to go to auditing the firm. The next one is the users of accounting information. Our firm position, they have to know who are their owners, creditors, investors, employees, government, public, research scholars or agencies, managers. They have to know each and everything they have to know very well with the help of accounting. Next one is the branches of accounting. Okay, now how many branches are there? We have to know the three branches of the accounting. Three branches of the accounting. The first one is the financial accounting, and the next one is the cost accounting. The last one is the management accounting. Financial accounting, all the transaction we are recording the firm. Okay, now ante each and every transaction must be in the recorded. The next one is the cost accounting. Cost accounting, if the manufacturing company, they have to produce the products with the help of raw material. They are using to produce the raw material. How much price they have to doing the that means they have to produce the product. How much cost they have to fixation of the product. That means fixation of the operating and efficiency products. Okay, now cost product and control cost, they have to using the minimum raw material they have to use. That way they have to minimize the cost. They have to give the more products to the company. The last one is the management accounting. Management accounting, minimization of the loss and cost and maximization of the profits. So analysis for the decision making. According to these three branches, the company has take the further step to the future. This is the branches of accounting. Next, advantages of the accounting. So the accounts are give to the replacement of memory. Okay na, accounting is the supplement of the our human brain. Okay na, so they have to give the replacement of memory. Evidence in court, tax purpose, comparative study, sales of business, assistance to the insolvent for various parties. These are the advantages of the accounting. Next, system of accounting. Okay na, in our financial accounting there are two types of accounting systems. First one is the single entry system and second one is the double entry system. Single entry system is the system has to know complete record of business transaction during complete transactions done during a specified period. There is no complete record in the single entry system. In that's why we have to coming to the double entry system. One account is a given debit while the other account is given to the credit with an equal amount of the transactions. Okay now, we have to prepare two sides of the record, which is the debit, which is the credit. That is the equal amount. That's why the debit or credit to be equaled. That is the double entry system. This double entry system, they have to give the complete information to the companies. Next one is the coming to the accounting classification of accounts. Classification of accounts. There are two types of accounts, that is a personal account and impersonal account. Okay now, classification of accounts. There are two types of accounts are there. First is the personal accounts and second one is the impersonal account. The personal account again is divided into three types. That is the natural person accounts, artificial person accounts and representative person's account. In that natural person account is known as an account recording all transactions with an individual human being is known as a natural person's account. That is the Krishna account and Raman account and Sunil account and David account. This is the natural person's account. And the next one is the artificial person account. That is an account recording all financial transactions with an artificial person created by the law, or otherwise it is called as an artificial person's account. That is a bank account, club account, any company account. This is the artificial person's account. And the last one is the representative person's account. An account is indirectly representing a person or persons is known as an representative account. That is the rent paid, interest received in advance, salaries account. In behalf of, they have to give the amount to the other persons. Okay, now that is the representative person's account. And the second one is the impersonal account. That is the real account and nominal account. The real account again it is divided into two types. That is the tangible real account, intangible real account. The tangible real account is an asset which can be touched, seen and measured. It will be called as a tangible account. That means machinery account, furniture account, plant account, stock account and cash account. These are the tangible. Furniture we can touch, we can see. Okay, now we can feel. Okay, next one is the machinery and also stock and as well as cash. The cash we have to touch, we can see. That is the tangible asset. And intangible asset means an asset which cannot be touched physically but it can be measured in value. That is the intangible asset. That is for example goodwill, trademarks, patents, copyrights. These are the intangible assets. These four are we cannot see, we cannot touch, but we can measure in the value. The last one is the nominal account. Okay, now nominal account means we have to pay the rent, interest paid, discount paid. Okay, carriage means any stock we have to move to one place to another place, we have to paying the amount, that is the carriage. Okay now, that is the nominal account. All expenses comes under nominal account. Now let's we have to see the rules of double entry systems. Personal account. Personal account. Personal account, what is the rules? Debit is the receiver, credit is the giver. And the real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Next one is the accounting cycle. Okay now, accounting cycle means entire business firm, they have to prepare how many accounts in the firm. So first one, recording monetary transactions in a systematic manner. That means any transaction we have to recording. Any transaction means that business transactions only, and independently business transactions we have to record it. And the next step is the journal entries. Entire transaction we have to dividing the what is the debit, what is the credit. And the next one is the ledger accounts. Okay now, among the journal entries we have to classifying the ledger accounts. Next going to be trial balance. And the next step is the trading and profit and loss account. And the last step is the balance sheet. Among the trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet, actual position of the firm, they have to give the actual position of the firm. The firm has the earned profit, either loss. How to know? According to the balance sheet and profit and loss account. These two accounts are very essential to prepare in the business. So while we have to preparing trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet, how we can prepare? First of all, we have already recorded the business transactions, journals, ledgers and trial balance. Extract these accounts, we have to preparing the profit and loss account and balance sheet. This is the accounting cycle. Okay now, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the trading and journals and ledgers. First of all, trading account. Okay, that means the transactions, journals, ledgers. These three accounts we have to keeping the bookkeeping. Okay now. Next, accounting. Accounting means trial balance, trading and profit and loss account and the balance sheets. These three accounts we should it will be called as the accounting. Okay now. In the accounting cycle, we have to knowing the bookkeeping and accounting. Bookkeeping means transactions, journals and ledgers. These three business transactions recorded in the bookkeeping. And accounting means trial balance, trading and profit and loss account and the balance sheet. These three statements recorded in the accounting. Okay now. Now what is the meaning of account? This is the basic information about the accounting and accounts. What is the meaning of account? Accounting is the art of recording, classifying, summarizing and analyzing the business transactions and interpreting the results of thereof. Okay now, accounting means it is a recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing. Okay now, what they are analyzing, what they are recording, what they are classifying, the business transactions only they have to these recording, classifying, summarizing and analyzing. And the last one step is the interpreting the results thereof. In the accounting is a only those transactions and events are recorded which can be measured in the terms of money as well as events. Definition means same as usual ga. Okay now, same untundi meaning of accounting and the definition of accounting both are same. Accounting is the art of recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money transactions and events which are in part of list of the financial character and interpreting the transactions. This is the definition and meaning of the accounting. The next one is the accounting concepts. Accounting concepts and conventions. Accounting concepts and conventions. How many types of concepts are there? Totally 7 concepts are there. Okay now. First one is the business entity concept. Second is the going concern concept. Third one is the cost concept. Dual aspect concept. Money measurement concept. Accounting period concept. Realization concept. These are the 7. Okay now, accounting concepts. First one is the business entity concept. What is the business entity concept? Business is the distinct from the person who is own it. Business is the different and owner is the different. That's why we have to call it as the business entity concept. According to this concept, business is treated as a unit or separate. Okay now, business is the separate and owner is the separate and distinct from its owners or creditors, managers and others. Okay now, in the other ones, the owner of the business is always considered as a distinct, as a separate from the business of the of his own. Okay now, business is the different and the owner is the different. Business unit should have a separately or completely set of books, and we have to know record all the business transactions from firm's point of view and not from the point of the owner. Okay, owner is the different and the business firm is the different, or proprietor is the different. This is the business entity concept. And the going concern concept is, it assumes that the business it will be continue for a long period or long time. Okay now, that means our business firm is going to be continued years together. That is the going concern concept. That means, as this concept, it is assumed that the business will continue to exist for a long period in the future. The transactions are recorded in the books of the business on the assumptions that it is a continuing enterprise. It is in the concept that we record fixed assets at their original cost and depreciation is charged on these assets without references to their make or market value. That means, in depth going concern concept, our present value of the value is the different, or future value of the assets are different. That means the value is very different to the present and future. Even though our firm, they have live or survive in the long period or years together. That is the going concern concept. And the next one is the cost concept or historical cost concept. According to cost concept, all the transactions will be recorded at a cost in the books. It means deducted depreciation from the assets yearly. Okay now, cost concept or historical cost concept means assets originally recorded in the books of accounts at the price at which it was acquired. This cost becomes the basis of all subsequent accounting for the asset. Since the acquisition cost related to the past, it is referred to as historical cost. That means we purchased one furniture. That means 1 lakh of the furniture. Every year we have to depreciating on the furniture. That's why it means deducted depreciation from the assets yearly. Every year we have to depreciating on the assets. Some amount we have to depreciating every year on the assets. That's why only cost related transaction, it should be recorded in the cost concept of the accounting concept. And the next one is the money measurement concept. The transaction should be recorded in the money aspect only. We should not record the transactions in kilograms, quantas meters, liters, etc. Okay now, that means these transactions or events are recorded in the accounting, which is capable of being expressed in the terms of money. An event, even though it may be a very important for the business, will not be recorded in the books of the business unless it is effect can be measured in terms of money with a fair degree of the accuracy. That means money measurement concept means we will purchase one machinery. Okay, that means the machinery price is the 50,000, 50,000. It is measured in the money. We will purchase the oil, 1 liter oil. The liter oil we cannot recorded in the money measurement concept. Only money transactions, only cost transactions should be recorded in the money measurement concept. And the accounting period concept. Okay, now in this accounting period concept, measuring the profit, incomes or expenses of the periods only are to be considered. Usually the period is 1 year, that means 12 months. Every financial year should be in the 12 months, or financial year or business transactions or academic year, any year it will be contained on 12 months. Okay, now that means the business intended to continue identified for long period. The true results of the business operations can be ascertained only business completely wound up, but ascertainment of a profit of after a very long period, it will be a little use to the proprietors, managers, investors and others, because it will be too late to take a corrective steps in that time. So that means the financial statements needed to know the results of the business frequent intervals. Business frequent intervals, how we can be ascertained, that means how do we know? That means yearly, half yearly, quarterly, they have to give the statements to the interested parties, that means government, managers, employees, agencies. So they have to know the actual position of the company. That's why we have to give the according to 12 months or according to the 6 months, they have to give the financial positions of the accounting period. The last one is the realization concept. If the revenue is recognized too early or too late, the company would not project the right financial position. It would took more profitable or less profitable than what is actually is. Okay na, ante enti sorry, realization concept means if the revenue is recognized too early or too late, the company would not be project the right financial position. That means, and in the point of view, and in that time we have to know quarterly position of the business. That's why every 3 months they have to give the statements to the business. That's why we have to where the what the position of the business, easily we can find it. It is a very early, the 3 months period is not completed, how to know? We cannot know. Or half yearly period is not completed, is there not completed the 6 months, there is no possible to the know the position of the business. If already 6 months are completed and or 1 month or ago, if the company position of the 6 months of the company position, we have to know that, or it is very late. So the realization concept means there is no late, there is no early. We can finding the right time of the financial position of the company. And the next one is the matching concept. Matching concept. Expenses incurred for a period are matched with the revenue for the same period to arrive as a reasonably correct measurement of the net income or the net loss. The difference between the revenue and expenses is a measure of how effectively management has utilized the firm's resources. Matching concept. Matching concept means expenses incurred a period of matching the revenues for the same period. How much expenses are done in the firm or how much revenues are gained in the firm. So the revenue and expenses are to be equal. That means it is a matching concept. The next one is the objective evidence concept. All accounting transactions should be evidence and supported by objective documents. Next one is the accounting conventions. The convention of the basis disclosures. Okay now, that is the accounts should be prepared in such a way that all material information is clearly disclosed to the users. First one is the conventions of consistency. Conventions of consistency. An accounting method or procedure once chosen should be followed consistently from year to year. Convention of a consistency. The convention states that accounting principles and methods should remain consistent from one year to another year. There should not be changed from year to year in order to enable the management to compare the profit and loss account and the balance sheet of the different periods and draws important conclusions about the working of the enterprises. If a firm adopts a different accounting principles in two accounting periods, the profits of current period will not be comparable with the periods of the profits of the preceding years. Conventions of the consistency. And that means from year to year or year to another year, we have to should maintain the consistency. That means constant. The next one is the conventions of the conservatism. Conventions of the conservatism. Any business while recording the transaction should anticipate no profits but provide all the possible losses. That means according to this convention, all anticipated losses should be recorded in the books of accounts, but all anticipated unrealized gains should be ignored. In other words, conservatism is a policy of playing safe. Provision is made for all known liabilities and losses, even though the amount cannot be determined with certainty. Likewise, when there are different alternatives for recording a transaction, the one have a least favorable immediate effect on profits or loss or capital should be adopted. Following the examples, closing stock is valued at cost price or realizable value, whichever is lesser. Provision or doubtful debts is created in anticipated of actual bad debts. Joint life insurance policy is shown when only at surrender value as against the amount paid. These are the conservatism of the conventions. Next one is the conventions of materiality. Convention is the convention of materiality. Only those events should be recorded which have a significant bearing, and insignificant things should be ignored. There is no formula for identifying material and immaterial events. It depends on the account discretion. Okay, now convention of material means the convention is an exemption to the convention to the full disclosure. According to this convention, items having an insignificant effect, being irrelevant of the user, need not to be disclosed. These unimportant items are either left or merged with the other items. Otherwise, accounting statements will be a necessary or overload. This is the materiality of convention. Okay now, accounting conventions. These are the accounting definition, basics of the accounts and classification of accounts, concepts and conventions. Next one is the now we have to enter into the problem, that is the journal entries. Now we have to take the one problem. Our journal entry problem is journalize the following transactions in the books of Prabhu. On 2015 January 1st, the transaction has done started business with the cash 40,000 and second onwards purchased goods for cash 8,000 and third onwards sold goods for cash, fifth onwards received cash from Murthy, 18th onwards cash paid to Murthy, 21st onwards purchased goods from Y, 31st onwards goods sold to Z. These transactions we have to journalize the problem. Okay na? In the books of Prabhu. Journalize the transactions. First transaction, it will be in the form of capital, we have to lended or borrowed. That means our business started with the cash. So the cash will be comes under our firm. That means what comes in the debit, what goes out the credit. So what comes in cash comes. So that's make cash account debit to capital account. In the form of capital, we have to comes in the our firm. That's way cash account debit are to capital account. The debit column lo 40,000 and in the same way credit. The next transaction is purchased goods for cash. What will be purchased? What are the purchased? Goods we have to purchase. So goods are come to the our firms. That's way what comes in debit? Goods are comes. That's why we have to goods we have to debited the journal. Goods account debit are to cash account. In the equal form of the cash will be goes out. That's way goods account debit to the cash account. Being goods purchased for cash. Amount is 8,000. In the column of credit we have to write the 8,000. And the third transaction is sold goods for cash. So our goods we have to sell to other person. That's way what will be goes out? Goods goes out. Okay, goods are goes out. What will be comes in cash? In the equal remuneration as cash, it will be comes in our firm. That's when we have to debit cash account debit and credit goods account are credit. That's where the journal is cash account debit to goods account. In the column of debit is the 7,000. In the credit column is the 7,000. Be goods for cash. Fifth onwards received cash from Murthy. Murthy has given some money to our firm. So what will be received? What is the received? The cash received. Murthy's account. Okay na? Received cash from Murthy. Who's give to the money? Murthy has give to the money to the our firm. So debit is the Murthy's account and the credit is the cash account. Okay. The Murthy's account debit to cash account. Amount is the 500 and 500. Narration is being cash paid to the Murthy. The next one is the cash paid to the Murthy. Cash paid to the Murthy. The transaction cash paid to the Murthy 500. Murthy's account is the debit and the cash account is the credit. And the 21st onwards purchased goods from Y. What are the purchased goods purchased in the firm? That is the goods are comes in our firm. Goods account debit to Y's account. Whose we will purchase? We are purchased from the Y. So Y has given to the goods to our firm. goods account debit to Y's account. The amount is the 14,000 and 14,000. The last one is the goods sold to Z. The goods sold to Z. Our goods sales to Z and Z. Okay. Our goods goes to Z. That's why Z account debit to goods account. That is the last transaction, last journal entry. Z's account debit to goods account, being goods sold to Z. This is the our problem of journal entries of the Prabhu account. Okay. Thank you very much.